Welcome to Morning Recharge 2021. 21, yes.
Where the Richard is now an adult, a legal adult. You can drink now.
In America.
In America, yeah, in America, the podcast can drink.
Yeah. Well, anywhere in the world. I'm just saying, finally in America now. Anyway. Welcome to Morning Recharge 21. I'm the blondie. That's a Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to guess some kind of brand.
I was the blondie. Shut up. I used to be the blondie. When I was a kid, I was the blondie. Then I came to a place full of white people.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm not white anymore.
I'm not white anymore.
These are actual white people.
Yeah.
So smooth. Just caressing their face like.
Okay, that was kind of gay. Don't do that again.
Just having a bit of fun. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
So some shit happened this morning apparently.
Some shit happened.
I hadn't heard anything about it.
But I mean, this morning there was this weird thing. So you know Korokoro?
Yeah.
Korokoro is a magazine that uses Pokemon and anime stuff often.
Yeah.
And in this issue, they revealed a silhouette for a new Pokemon. They said, "Oh, we're gonna reveal this in the next issue."
Okay.
And,
so, wait, is it like, you know, who's that Pokemon kind of deal, like silhouette, or are we just on like something tiny?
It's like, is that like in the corner, like in the bottom of the page, like, oh, here's a silhouette for a Pokemon, for a new Pokemon. Its name is Magiana.
Okay.
It looks to have like a dress and like ears or something like that, but I mean, it's a silhouette, so it's kind of hard to tell, especially since nobody knows what this looks like. Which is one or two things. It's most likely the second. The first one is, oh, it's probably generation 6.5.
So like what they would add for like
what they would add to, like, you know, the X and Y, like
X and Y,
Z.
like, yeah, Pokemon
because
Z.
you know, we already have Zygarde and they have its new forms, which it just would make sense to have a 6th generation amplified, because Gen 6 already has like the least amount of new Pokemon. But
they also didn't they also have the thing where like all the Pokemon can show up in the game?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
so it's the least amount of new Pokemon, but it's also they have all 720 something available, like from the get go. So that's
all but legendaries. Yeah.
All but legendaries, obviously. I mean, like, that's still pretty awesome. That's still like 700 Pokemon you can get in one game. If you told 10-year-old me that, I would have fucking lost my mind.
You can get them all between all the 4 Gen 6 games. So X, Y, Omega Rim, and Alpha Sapphire, you can get all the Pokemon between all those 4 games. Like, they were built like that. But I mean, it would make sense. I mean, you have a generation that has the least amount of Pokemon. Why not add to that lineup of Pokemon and continue with the 6th generation, and then you move on to the 7th?
I'd be interested in Pokemon Z, or like something to a 3rd installation in
the X and Y.
That's definitely something I'd buy into. Just because X and Y was, I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't like Black and White or Black and White 2. I did, however, like X and Y. Don't ask me why that happened. I just didn't like Black and White. But if they made a Pokemon Z, that, I mean, obviously they wouldn't have to name it that, but that would probably get me back into Pokemon, because I haven't played Pokemon since
you got it. Since you got Y?
I played through most of Y. I think I got stuck on I got stuck on Victory Road because I had old fire types.
Yeah.
And then in the grind to trying to train up an actual like diverse team, some other game came up and I just kind of got bored with the Y and I never went back.
Yeah. I mean, grinding is easier in Pokemon Y, in X and Y, so that's a good thing.
Absolutely. But it's also easier if you have trainers to fight along the way.
Yes.
And since I'd beat pretty much every single trainer in the world trying to train up my fire type team.
So you're stuck fighting in grass.
I'm stuck trying to find tough Pokemon in grass. So that doesn't work out for me at all.
Yep. Nope. So, you know, that's one thing. The second one is, this is actually a Generation 7 Pokemon. and they're gonna jump straight into that. Which I would like to note that Detective Pikachu is set in like this London style area. I would like Generation 7 to be in Great Britain.
Gen 7 and 1000 Great Britain, that's pretty cool actually. Because I know we've done France.
We've done France, we've done a lot of Japan, we've done New York.
Pretty much all of Japan with the first gen games.
We've done Japan, France, New York.
New York.
I mean,
I doubt we're gonna go into Russia, seeing as that would be nothing but ice types. Same thing for Finland. Germany would just be a clone of France. Yeah, if Detective Pikachu.
I mean, Germany's already alluded to in X and Y.
I mean, yeah, but it's like Kalos is France.
Yes, definitely.
And France and Germany. I mean, as far as landscape and people go, they're pretty close. Seeing as they're like fucking neighbors.
Although one has a very romantic language, the other has a language in which you sound like you're screaming and yelling to everybody at all times.
Du hast me. Anyway. Look, German sounds perfectly fine and lovely when you understand language. Okay? Okay.
David told me that even in Germany, Germans sound angry. Even when they're not. The language just sounds angry. This comes from a German.
That's why it's so much fun.
I mean, I don't care which one it is. As a new Pokemon game, it's always good. It's always good to have. It's always good to play.
Gen 6.5 or Gen 7. I'll probably buy it either way.
Yeah, I mean, and a connection to Pokemon Go would be amazing.
Yep.
And I mean, it would be a good way to customize. Like, oh, you can, I don't know, transfer a Pokemon in or something. Just your starter from the game into your Pokemon Go. Yay. Something like, I don't know.
Wait, Pokemon Go or Pikachu?
Go and Z.
That'd be cool. However, I think that if they're gonna make Go, I imagine that they'd probably have that.
Make it full featured.
Make it full featured. Yeah. You basically get to choose your starter from the first couple of generations. Hell, they can probably do a quiz thing, what year were you born, and then that way they can determine what your
starter
will be depending on how old you were let's say whenever you actually turned 10.
Yeah.
That whatever generation was currently out, or whatever was the newest generation then, that's the one you get. For older people, I don't know, they might have to repeat every 60 years, but that'd still be a pretty cool thing.
Okay, I get it. I mean, I always just like to get the choice.
Yeah. What's it called? Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. They have that quiz at the beginning, like the other games, where they ask you a series of questions, and if this situation came up, what you do, yada yada yada, and then based on your results, you are this Pokemon. Are you okay with this? And if you say no, then you can pick from any of the starters that you want to. So if they do the same thing for Pokemon Go, that'd be pretty cool. Where how old were you? Do a short little quiz, and then they tell you, all right, this generation, pick one of these three.
Yeah.
Are you happy with this? If you say no, you can pick any of the 18 starters.
No, it would be cool though if you were you get a generation of Pokemon. For example, us, we were born in '96.
Yeah, we were 96.
So we get the OG Pokemon.
Yeah, we get OG.
So for us, we'll get Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur.
Yeah, and I go Charmander all the way.
Squirtle, that's what I meant.
See, I have this weird thing, and I've always chosen the fire type in every Pokemon game I've ever played. It was never a conscious decision that I made. It was just whoa, this one looks the coolest, fire type.
I know, I've always leaned towards water. Sometimes I go, fire or grass, but usually I go water. I like it.
No, I've just always picked fire types. I don't know why, but it just happened.
See, now in the bad news of gaming, a report came out, some insider information came out that Star Fox Zero is having some rough development.
By rough domain, we mean that they fucked up the control scheme.
Yeah, that's like.
How are you going to make a Star Fox game? Say it's it's near completion, and then come on and say, oh yeah, no, but we don't know what to do with the controls. You think the entire game is built on the controls? Those should be the first thing that you flesh out and figure out how to work with, and then you do everything else.
Here's the thing: they already had the control scheme for it. However, I don't think the feedback was that great during E3. So they were probably like, you know what, let's fix this and like change it to something else. What?
Feedback from E3 6 months ago, over 6 months ago, and they're just now getting around to fixing controls that people would have complained about then.
Well, there were two issues. One, the graphics and the controls. Not so they already fixed the graphics. Now they have to fix the controls.
Sounds suspicious to me.
The problem is now that we're so close to release that they are practically forced to. They're going to practically be forced to delay it again, unless they manage to fix it in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I don't see that. I'm probably, if I had to get, alright, what was the old release date? It was like
November. Then it got delayed to April.
I was like, what's the current release date? Sorry. April right now?
And now, I mean, I know one country like in Europe, I think France is getting it until July.
I'm gonna lowball. Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna go ahead and guess that we're gonna get it around June.
Yeah.
That would be my guess for their new release, because they're probably gonna have to delay it. Because after you've checked the controls, now you gotta make sure that works throughout the entire game
and all that.
Every level and in every instance, and you gotta make sure there's like no one can put in a speed, a super fast combination of buttons and just completely break the game or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably June release.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, if the game needs to get delayed to work better, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's true, but at the same time, I really want my Star Fox.
I'm gonna be playing the Twilight Princess and Fire Emblem Fates, so I mean, I won't have to worry about touching Star Fox in a while. So yeah, poor Star Fox, gonna get delayed again.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get the same thing for Zelda, I'm happy.
But you know, I mean, and it's been said multiple times, a late game is only late once, but a broken game or a bad game is bad forever.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. You know, I'd rather just have them delay it, fix the bugs, get it working, and then release it. But then at least we're guaranteed a good experience with it.
Yes.
I mean, I still haven't bought Unity, Assassin's Creed Unity, just because when it first came out, there were so many reviews of it being absolutely broken and glitchy.
Yeah.
I still have not bought Unity. I haven't even bought Syndicate since. So it's like, you know.
Yeah.
The bad news about Unity killed Assassin's Creed for me, and I loved Assassin's Creed. Shit was fun.
Yeah. So let's continue with the video game theme here.
Alright.
We'll transition to movies at the same time. Sega announced they're partnering with Sony to create a live action animation hybrid for a Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Why?
It's slated to release in 2018.
Why? Do they not remember how bad Sonic 06 was? And how laughable the cutscenes were? If there's anything like that, I'm gonna complain on the internet. And that's all I can do. Is it like, alright, so it's
Think of like How You Frame Roger Rabbit or Space Jam, like, you know, live action.
Who framed Roger
Rabbit?
Not How You Framed Roger Rabbit. That would be a completely different movie. Although I want to see that. Warner Bros. Get on that. How You Framed Roger Rabbit. I want to see this from the villain's perspective. How they made Roger Rabbit look like the bad guy. I can't English anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Good. No, like, just think of Space Jam and like Roger Rabbit's like we have like the live action stuff going on, but it's also like animation on top of it too. So Sonic would probably be the animated. I hope.
I'd hope so.
I don't want a guy in a suit.
But the awkward human female love interest, furry fandom fanfiction thing would probably be a real chick then.
Yeah.
And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't do this, but do it. Go back and play Sonic 06 all the way through on Sonic Story. Spoiler, he dies at one point and gets brought back with a kiss of love from some human chick.
Isn't that bestiality?
It's bestiality, it's a fan fiction, it's blatant fan service.
See, at least Belle waited till the beast changed back into a human to kiss him.
Yep, yeah, yep. But no, Sonic 06 was. I'm basing a lot of my assumptions on that. Go away! Jesus. Well, then I want some of your stuff.
Oh yeah, my stuff is
What the fuck?
down. Come back.
All right. Well,
There you
can
go.
you check what's going on?
Seems to be we're in a bit of a pickle here.
Well, clearly, can you tell me why? And why this asshole just braked all of a sudden? Like, complete dead stop?
What is this? There was like an accident in one of the exits.
You could have checked that earlier. I blame you. Back to the Sonic. All right. Well, welcome to an extended
Extended
morning
version of it.
recharge.
So continue with Sonic.
So Sonic, yeah.
Continue your rant.
All right, look.
I'm loving this.
All right. I never had a Sega Genesis or a Sega console.
Yeah.
However, I did have the Game Boy port of the original Sonic game, and I fucking loved it. It was great. It was fun. It was, that whole speed through a level. Like everyone does with
Oh
Mario
yeah,
games.
no, I love Sonic games. Good ones. I played Sonic. I liked that. I watched Sonic X on television.
X.
I like that.
I
That was
watched
really cool.
some fucking. God, I'm gonna feel old when I say it. Sonic Underground. That
Oh my
shit
God.
was.
Yeah.
That was like a
Stop.
70s.
That
was like-
stop. No,
That was
stop.
like an 80s cartoon.
It has to be like 90s, man.
It was earlier than the 90s.
Well, it cannot be 70s.
Yeah, probably 80s. Anyway, late 80s. Anyway, but no, yeah, I love Sonic. I even, Sonic. I don't. Was it just Sonic? Sonic Adventures. That's the one it was. 1 and 2, both of them were a ton of fun. I got the director's cut and the Sonic Adventures 2 battle. So they're both like the extended versions of both games, or the remasterings. I don't know what you want to call them. Ton of fun. Absolutely loved them. Me and my sister have. I don't know how many times we played through the race modes and the battle modes and all that. It was always a ton of fun just playing Sonic games. And then Sonic 06 came out. I was like, oh hell yeah! I finally got an Xbox 360. It's the best console ever because back then I was young.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh look, a Sonic game, and I absolutely, I love Sonic. And this was this was before I was aware of how big the internet was, but it was after 06. So this was the platinum hit of Sonic 06.
Yeah.
And I bought it. Glitchy piece of shit, just complete trash. Never really worked. The gameplay was alright. It wasn't a Sonic game, all in all. The stories were kind of meh. And then you had Shadow riding around in vehicles and shooting people?
Yeah.
Question mark? I played through Shadow the Hedgehog, that PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah.
Where he's
Remember
like
that.
the really edgy 13-year-old imagination of Shadow, where he kills everyone and then there's like dark aliens. I played through that.
But as a kid, back then, you're the target audience. It's like, oh, that's cool.
I played it just because it's like, oh, it's a little something different from Sonic games. But it's like, what the hell's going on? And then Silver's storyline just made no fucking sense whatsoever.
Silver has never made sense. Looks cool, but never makes sense.
He's cool and he's got telekinetic powers, but what? Anyway, and then of course you get through, you somehow get through the storylines. You beat Sonic's thing, and then you get the death. He dies, and then kiss of love from human girl somehow brings him back to life.
See, but you're forgetting the most important bit. like the most important movie battle of 2018.
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog versus Toy Story 4.
Oh God. Kill me now. But no, yeah, that's my Sonic rant.
Yeah, it's I don't know how to feel about. I think we have to see a trailer and like more information on this movie.
Yeah.
For it to either say, yeah, it's total shit, or it could be good.
Sonic 06 could have been good too, though. Remember that.
Episode 7 could have been bad.
True.
But it wasn't good enough.
I'm basing all of my... Oh, fuck you. I'm basing all of my presumptions about Sonic, the new Sonic being Sonic 06. Yeah. That's what they have to hold up to.
Okay.
So far, or that's what they have to, like, beat. So far, nothing new that's come out since 2012 has beat Sonic 06 in my mind.
No.
Are you got anything else?
Yeah.
Move on to?
Well, that's the whole thing and that's why I said like why episode 7 is not good enough.
Oh, alright.
Is that Yoda wasn't in it. You cannot have a Star Wars movie without Yoda unless you're episode 1. I mean episode 4. 4, yes.
4, yeah.
Yeah.
You could be excused
the first
for
one.
It's
The first one.
because it was the first Star Wars movie that came out.
Yeah.
That's why everyone calls, the first Star Wars.
Yeah. So, Frank Oz actually went to the studio, did his scenes as Yoda, right?
Right.
They cut him out of episode 7.
I mean, he was Force Ghost, though. Stop ghosting, it's not fun. Stealing people's jokes. Sing. Stealing 2 people's jokes, Jesus Christ. I didn't mean for that to happen. Cut that, please. I accidentally stole 2 different YouTube jokes on that. Man, I feel like an asshole. The first one was So Be Audible, second one was Cinema Sins.
Oh my god.
I'm giving credit where credit's due. Holy fuck, that's embarrassing. I didn't mean to do that. Shit.
So you know, now that we know there's scenes of Yoda, they were written into episode 7, we're cut off. They're there, they exist.
But we're
gonna see Yoda in episode 8 then.
Allegedly. Hopefully. Presumably. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's classified.
I want to.
We don't... I mean, again... He'd be a ghost, he'd do the whole Force Ghost thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know... It'd be cool. Definitely. See Yoda come back as a ghost and, help Luke train Rey.
Yeah.
Which, spoiler, if you're still living under a rock and you haven't seen episode 7, Rey finds Luke on a deserted island in the middle of a fucking ocean.
And he just stares at her.
And he just kind of stares at her while she's holding her lightsaber out like this. Or his lightsaber out like this.
There was a hand.
Anakin's lightsaber out like this.
Like, there was a hand. Did you bring that too?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I of course we can assume that Rey is going to join Luke's new Jedi Order thing, whatever. She's gonna get,
no, the Jedi Order. Luke's new Jedi Order was destroyed by Kylo, right?
I mean, yeah, but he's still around, so he can start new Jedi Order.
Just gotta find the Force users.
Yeah. So obviously, we can assume that she's gonna need training. Luke's looking like he's a bit old. It's been 30 years since. Was it 30 years since he went missing, or since the end of episode 6?
It was after Kylo Ren started going to the dark side.
So he disappeared. So the movie takes 30 years after Kylo Ren.
No. The movie takes 30 years after Jedi, but Luke disappears when Ben Solo goes to the dark side.
Oh, gotcha. Which, second spoiler warning, Kylo Ren is Ben Solo. It's Han Solo and Leia's son. Again, if you haven't watched the movie, you don't really care that we're talking about Star Wars.
I mean, the movie has just crossed $2 billion, so likely you have seen the movie.
2 billion.
2 billion. It just reached $2 billion.
Shit.
It is the 3rd movie ever to reach the milestone.
Shit.
Even adjusted for inflation, it is like the 7th movie to do so.
7th movie, episode 7.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, But no, yeah. Seeing, all the. Oh my God. Imagine if Luke just like when he ran away, like he just took all his ghost buddies, his dad, Obi-Wan, and he was like, "You're coming with me," and just gets a starship and just goes to a random planet. And he's like, "We're on this rock now. Talk to me." And just Force Ghost there like, "You're fucking crazy, kid," and just disappear.
No, I think Anakin is just like, I'm a grandfather.
I want to go hang out with my grandson. He's not mopey. He goes to color and it's like fucking emo shit. It's like, maybe Luke wasn't so bad.
But let's be honest, having Darth Vader as your grandpa would be like the coolest thing in the world.
Well, clearly Kylo Ren thinks so because he thinks that his dad's a piece of shit.
Yeah. I mean, your dad's Han Solo, your grandfather's Darth Vader. What could go wrong?
And his uncle is also really weird religious extremist that terrorized his grandfather for 3 consecutive movies, whatever.
Yeah.
5 years, something like that. I don't know. But no, yeah, Star Wars definitely. Whatever they bring out in Episode 8, I'm gonna be super excited for.
Yeah.
Because J.J. Abrams shows that he knows what he's doing, and now he's a producer on the next one. He's not the director.
He's gonna be the producer for the entire trilogy. Yeah.
He's gonna have a say in what happens. So as long as he's kind of there, telling the new directors like, this is where kind of things that we're going. These are the plans. Don't do this because it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I know. And Episode is gonna be directed by Rian Johnson, who, as I said before, directed Looper, which he won an Oscar for Best Director.
Looper was the one where they sent people backwards in time to be killed by themselves, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And he also directed episodes of Breaking Bad. Some of the best ones, actually. So, Episode is in good hands. Very good hands. And if the movie sucks, then, all of this was for nothing.
Yeah. But again, Star Wars, I love Star Wars, bit of a fan, tiny bit.
Little bit.
And now we have a Star Wars movie coming out every year. Granted, there's a main series every 2 years.
You got the main series, you got the anthology series, so you got different types of Star Wars.
So either way, I'm pretty happy with it, all in all. It's a good year to be in there.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else, or is that?
I don't think so. No. Do we?
Right.
Yeah. Mr. Sakurai is in a vacation right now. He gets extended vacation.
Okay. Are we talking actual extended vacation, or are we talking Konami extended vacation?
Actual extended vacation.
Okay. Thank God. I actually like Sakurai and I actually like Nintendo. I don't want this to turn into a Konami and...
Don't worry, Nintendo's not an asshole. They can be stupid sometimes in their business decisions.
They're kind of dumb,
but they're not assholes.
But
they're not assholes, yeah.
It's like, sometimes you're kind of wrong, but you're not an asshole. That was Alright, yeah, that was a bit of a heart attack when you said like extended vacation. My first thing I thought of was, Konami's extended vacation with what's the guy's name? Kojima, that's one.
Yeah, no, but like he said in a column that he from Famitsu was, the current version of Smash Brothers that you're playing right now is the last one. That's it. I am done. No more patches, no more rebalancing. That's it. Period. I'm not gonna go back and work on this thing again. There it is. It's like that. We'll stay like that.
Alright. Any word about this next one?
See, I think the problem with that, him taking a vacation, is that means you're saying that you're not working in Smash Brothers. So the rumors of it being a launch title are not true. Now maybe it's just if it's just a port, it's just gonna be exactly the same. Then you don't really need him in there.
Yeah. If it's a port that has all the DLC already in,
Yeah, I mean they would just be like high res and all that. You're just adding, things to enhance the game, but not really changing the gameplay itself.
Yeah. So hey, they got a Legend of
yeah. Cool.
cool. I gotta get one of those.
Solar fans, yeah.
Anyway, so we tried this, couple recharges ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended horrible because it just turned to sex and dicks and shit, and we're not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna
They
try
didn't know that.
Well, they know something was cut because we had a giant, technical difficulty screen, and then and we came back on. So when can I see little baby Junior Rodrigo's running around? And we're not gonna end on that this time. However, $10 million in hand after taxes. No problems. It's completely legal money.
Yeah.
But from now on, your farts are supersonic. As in, every time you fart, you break the sound barrier. No matter how quiet and how gentle you try and be, it always breaks the sound barrier. Do you take the money?
Being stinky rich.
You get $10 million in hand, in cash. Taxes are already paid on it. You don't gotta pay any more taxes on it, right? I've already calculated the exact amount that I have to, give you legally on the law of tax deductions. $10 million in hand. But every time you fart for the rest of your life, it's supersonic, and you break the sound barrier.
It will sound like an explosion.
It will sound like an explosion. Explosive. It'll still sound like a fart. It'll just be amplified to the point where it'll break the sound barrier. Shatter windows. Set off car alarms.
Yes.
Weaponize that. Turn. If someone's speaking, turn around.
Yes.
And just go, hey, I had beans.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, what if you fart in your sleep? You just go flip over. Oh god, I would absolutely take this. Hell yeah, what am I talking about?
Yes.
Oh wait.
Do you remember that I'm a Mexican? You know my diet. You know
there's
that. You know
of
a
beans.
Mexican's diet.
There's a lot of beans in Mexican's diet.
It's a lot of things that can cause farts in a Mexican diet.
You'd be fucking weaponized. Actually, I'd have to pay you more than the $10 million to make sure that you don't fart. Jesus. Man, I'd take this all back. This was a terrible decision on my part.
In the middle of class, just like,
Any questions? Whole building just shakes. From the front. Class dismissed. Oh god. Imagine when you're an old man and you can't control your farts anymore that well.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh god, I would take this in a heartbeat. Alright.
My poor grandchildren.
Your poor wife. Well, yeah, alright, that's decided. Alright, now I propose that to you. To the audience. Would you take that? $10 million in cash, in hand. No questions asked. But for the rest of your life, every time you fart, it's supersonic. You break the sound barrier. Still sound like farts, so everyone knows that you were farting.
Yeah.
But it breaks the sound barrier. Shatters windows, sets off car alarms, all that good stuff. Destroys buildings, sends people flying. You can weaponize this shit.
Cause earthquakes.
Anyway,
From the bringer of the apocalypse. Yeah.
I'm gonna make some work for you. If you would, click here on this guy's face.
I hate you.
If you hate money, click here on my face. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.